Hey YouTubers, Sunny Wanani, Dumilang, Avshini, hello, bonjour. I am Ayatumfazo and welcome to my channel called Ayatumfazo, and this part of the segment is called Building Up Others, whereby I encourage you to live your best life and to keep God at the center of your life so that others can see the God in you and know that they can also be positive and confident in themselves. So today's topic, as you can see, is how to be happy single or what to do while you are single. Emphasis on happiness. And I've got about 6 tips here, but they can be more if you're interested in more. So tip number 1 is get to know yourself. And when I mean get to know yourself, I mean don't just only know what you like, but know your dislikes, know your personality, your strengths, your weaknesses, what gets you going, what motivates you, what doesn't motivate you, and all of that good stuff. I'm gonna be reading these tips from notebook, so excuse me for looking down at my notebook. And it's really important to know yourself, because if you don't know yourself, you won't know who is good for you and who's not good for you. You won't know your own worth and the contribution that you can make in today's society. Tip number 2 is to build a relationship with God. I'm going to say that again, build a relationship with God. A lot of the times when people get into new relationships, they tend to focus more on that relationship and put God to the side, and even like put self-care to the side as well, because it's so easy to get enamored with a person. But when you build a relationship with God, then then you are good to go, because when you build a relationship with God, you focus on Him, you focus on the good that He's doing for you, you focus on talking to Him on a regular basis. And how you can do this is by having worship sessions, just be in your room or in your car or wherever, just worship Him, in your own time. You can read the Word, spend time with Him. God appreciates it when we spend quality time with Him. And also, when you spend quality time with Him, then you're also able to hear Him more clearly. Tip number 3, ask God what He has called you to do. This is very important, because if you don't seek what God is calling you to do or what His purpose is for you, then it's easy to go and follow the crowd, do what everybody else is doing, and not be yourself and not find yourself. But when you are asking God what He wants you to do, then it's easier to follow not only what He says, but it's also easy to be your best self, to be the true version of who you are. And I believe as Christians, we're all called to honor God, to worship Him, and to spread love and kindness to everyone, despite their religious backgrounds or lack of faith. But I believe that God just wants us all to really, spread the gospel, get to know others, share, goodness and kindness, and yeah. So I discussed the callings that I believe that God has for all of us Christians generally, but then God also does have a calling for each and every single person that is specifically for each of His children. So some people are called to be architects, some are called to be nurses, teachers, etc. You get the gist of what I'm saying. So do ask God what it is that He's called you to do, in your own way, in whichever profession or whichever manner that He deems best, because in as much as we're all called to spread the gospel, there are different ways of spreading the gospel. Some of us are called to be evangelists, some are called to use the arts to share the gospel, some are called to be pastors, etc. You get the gist. So yes, and one way in fact, not one way, but there are many ways to ask God how we can know what He's called us to do. You can do fasts. You can go on a 3-day fast. You can go on an Esther fast. You can go on a dry fast, Daniel fast. And you can just consult God in prayer, and yes, you can even get a prophetic word from others or word of knowledge, but it is best to consult God for yourself. On your dreams and have hobbies. And what I mean by this is go after the things that you're passionate about, develop your talents. As a single person, you have a lot of time on your hands to actually discover what you like, what interests you. If the arts interests you, pursue that. If you love spoken word, pursue that. Who knows, God could be calling you to spread the gospel through spoken word. If you love music, you can pursue that. With relationships, it's so easy to just want to focus on the other person's interests and talents, and even with other people, but when you are single, you have all of the time in the world to focus on what interests you and what you can pursue. And do note that with your talents, you can spread the gospel. If you feel like being a TV presenter, you can talk about God, and be a TV presenter. So yes. Number 5, work and maintain meaningful relationships. What I mean by this is that the company that you keep will have an impact on you. So we've all been through toxic relationships, toxic friendships, toxic relations with colleagues, but the people that you maintain in your life are the people that will impact you. So if you want to have good relationships, also cultivate a positive relationship with yourself. What you tell yourself is important, because then it will attract, or it will help you to get the people that are positive, because positive people attract positive people, and I don't mean this in a law of attraction. I mean this as in the type of person that you are is bound to go and help you to get the people that are. Okay, guys, so you've seen me wearing different clothes because of a lot of technical issues that happened. But anyways, their last point is tip number 6, which is create a healthy mindset about yourself. And now I spoke to you guys about how it's important to choose the right people. Choose the right people, because when you choose the right people, then that will mean that you're having meaningful relationships. And besides the fact that the person that you are will attract the right people into your life, and I don't mean that in a law of attraction way, but in the sense that it will say something about you. And so this goes in hand with this tip about creating a healthy mindset about yourself. If you have a low self-esteem, or you don't know your self-worth, or you are always looking for validation and confirmation from other people, I suggest that you go and read Psalms 139 verses 13 to 15, because that is really gonna tell you that God loves you the way that you are, and that He created all of us in His wonderful image, and He makes no mistakes. I mean, God is not a mistake. So how are we mistakes if God is not a mistake? So don't listen to anyone that tells you that you're a mistake, or you're a failure, or anything negative. Focus on what He says, focus on the person that He says that you are. And when you do this, then it will also help cultivate a healthy mindset about yourself. Thank you guys for listening. Do let me know if you like this video, what else I could have added. Do also add in your suggestions and tips in the comment section, and do follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and yeah, you'll see me again. Bye.